06, mommy had a new man. Daddy kept the old whip, so we had a new plan. Yeah, we had to grow quick, drop money in my pocket, buying candy for the sales. Me and my brother Cake, we was hungry for the whale. Until some kid with diabetes fucked it up for real. I had to switch my product, something different on the shelves. Years later, I would spit these bars. I just knew that it could get me far. I could maybe get a house, new car. For my mama, no more drama, bumping MJ Blige. Like real love.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, you can pick a day. Got time for you. Always got time for you. Got time for you. Always got time for you.
Okay. We live. We back. This is The Internet is Fiction, episode 26. I have a very special guest with me here today. I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
What up? It's your girl, Noah, KIN4LIFE, straight out of money, earning Mount Vernon, baby.
Fire, that's what's up. And now let me get my proper introduction on. What it do, what the business is. Word on the street, Mac known to handle his. Bitch, get your mind right. Let me talk to him. What's good? How you doing?
Let's go. Okay, give him some bar game.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's
How you
go.
been?
I'm blessed, man. I'm happy to be here. You know, I've been hitting you up since I met you. Like, I felt your vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Shout out to Made in Bodega for
Shout
bringing
out
us
to Tuna.
together.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? And like, since I met you, you told me you do the show. I'm like, yo, I need to come up on that show because I like to talk my shit.
That's a fact. Nice. Well, let's talk about your upbringing a little bit. Where you from?
I'm from Money Earned in Mount Vernon, you know what I'm saying? The 914, baby. Like, I grew up in the era of hip hop, and my mom was an artist. My dad sang in the choir, so
Wow.
music was just naturally something that was going to be for me. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I
what's
started
up.
doing music when I was a little kid.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So I've always been a singer, songwriter, rapper, you know, been around. I was in a group for a long time, KIN4LIFE.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That's
you
where
know.
the name comes from.
Yeah, where the name
Got it.
KIN4LIFE
I'm from a
comes
group too. Camo style. It was like we was kind of like the new Wu-Tang, if that's what people was calling us.
Wow.
It was a lot of us. So it was just like a bunch of elite spitters.
That's crazy.
We would go around doing these shows, underground shows. I pull it up through the archives when we chop it up after we done. But yeah, man, I'm from a group too, so I know how it goes.
You know how it goes. You know what I'm saying? It's like I found myself now on the solo journey, and I'm just excited. I've been writing with sync agencies.
Nice.
And I recently just got a placement on Netflix's Rhythm and Flow, season 2, episode 10. And I got some more stuff coming this year. So I'm just really excited, man. About,
working.
You know what I mean? Where the career's going. You
That's
feel me?
what's up,
Working.
working.
Yeah, yo.
Yeah.
And like really showing people that you don't have to just think there's only one way to make money in music. You know what I mean? Like there's ways behind the scene that you can diversify and you can have an actual career, a long lasting career, without having to worry about doing a million shows and dropping a million songs. You know, even though I like to drop, you know what I'm saying? I be dropping like every week, every 2 weeks. You feel me?
Oh, you drop every 2 weeks?
Yeah, I drop every 2 weeks. I was dropping every week towards the end of the year last year. And then this year I decided I was going to do once every 2 weeks and give myself some more time to really push the single and promote it because I've been dropping like bangers, like Grammy deserving records, you know, and I want to really give it some time to shine in between before I just inundate people with drop after drop because I'll get excited and I'll just drop like every day.
So you kind of I would say you kind of took the Russ approach a little bit.
Exactly. And Russ is a big inspiration to me. I do look at a lot of his like behind the scenes stuff. I listen to his ideas about what it is to be an independent artist. And so I do like apply some of those ideologies definitely.
Fire. That's what's
it's
up.
been good for me. It definitely grew my fan base and you know, my numbers have grown.
That's what's up. I'm sure I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
Yeah.
Because I'm not social media savvy. I don't
you know.
That's kind of a big part of me. I wouldn't say easing off the brakes of doing music, but more so like I'm kind of breaking out of my introversion. I'm an introvert, very strong introvert. So it's just like I'm not. A lot of the goofy antics that take place on social media is not really for me. So I kind of sort of had to find my space. Me doing a podcast is like, all right, I'm behind the camera. I control the narrative. Like, I don't really have to subject myself to what the fuck is going on. Because I see it's a lot of goofy shit going on. It's just,
There is.
You know what I'm saying? It's just
There
certain shit that I'm not willing to
yeah.
do. Like, for example, no disrespect, because I like him as an artist. When I seen the baby wearing a fucking Pamper
Oh my God.
At South by Southwest. It's like that. I'm like, I'm not willing to do that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that's crazy. That's next level, just anything for clout type of stuff. And I mean,
Yeah,
it
I
shows
just- I'm
you
like, yeah.
that it works to some degree because it's a humiliation ritual, right? If we talking
Right.
about Illuminati,
Yeah,
like I do
yeah.
believe in Illuminati.
Me
Shout out
too.
to Illuminati. Hold on, let's cover my left eye.
Me too.
Shout out to Illuminati. Hey y'all, throw it up. What's the sign? Hold on. This.
Yeah, they do all kind of just yeah. It's,
Like,
it's definitely
this could be the screenshot for the show. Be like we talk Illuminati.
You know,
I just get mad views.
it's a lot going on in the world too. You heard of this new thing, Deep Seek AI?
Yo, what the hell is Deep Seek?
Not familiar?
Is that like
So
they could
it's
track
a
you
Chinese
on something?
version AI, and basically, the U.S. is kind of like jealous now because they've spent billions of dollars to create AI and all this stuff, technology that we see. And China probably they spent, I want to say, at least like 6 million to billion less than we did, and they've done it just as fast.
Wow.
So it's like
they
now
always been ahead of us.
It's kind of
so,
it's
yeah.
competitive now, so it's like that's why you kind of see the market crashing for the stocks and everything.
Yeah.
Because they basically they got to compete with this new AI from China. It's like then they don't
Yeah,
really
Chat
don't-
GPT's gone.
It's not gone, but it's just like this Deep Seek is a little bit. It's like
More
levels
advanced,
above.
yeah.
It's more advanced. So if you get a chance, tap into it. Like
Okay.
I never really,
I've heard
yeah.
the word around. I just wasn't sure what it is because there's so many different things going on right now. Like we got the drones up in the sky. We got orbs. Like literally, I will film stuff from my window in Brooklyn. And I've seen stuff hovering around the building and got some footage of it. Like last night, even around the moon. Like I know, yeah, I don't know.
I seen your story. What was that about?
That's what I'm saying. What is that? It looked like a planet to me, and it looked like it was close, real close. So I'm like, is that nebula, whatever they calling that, Nibiru? What is it, Nibiru or something like that? So who knows? But you know, I feel like we're in a time where the truth is being revealed.
Yeah.
And there's no going back now. And so the powers that be are scrambling and they're trying to do everything to lock us down and to put us in fear so we can vibrate super low and we can't ascend. But this is the time for us to raise the vibration.
Absolutely. Absolutely time. So how long you been doing music?
Man, I started doing music way back in like, we talked about age, but I'm going to say it the 90s. You know what I'm saying? And like, I never stopped. Like I just either been in groups and stuff like that or doing it on my own. But yeah, I've always been like a producer, singer, songwriter. I shoot music videos, I edit. So I
Jack
do
of all
everything.
trades.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like
Likewise.
like yourself. And you see the power. You know what I mean? You see the power in
I don't like being told no.
independent. Yeah. Or
So-
having to wait for somebody.
Yep.
And plus, like, if you're gonna spend money, just invest in equipment and learn it, so then you don't have to keep spending money over and over again. If you're independent,
Yeah.
you know, you want to kind of try to save what you can. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Or get friends
Absolutely.
that rock with you that will film you.
And
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
kind of hard because like
Right?
I've always had struggles finding people, not like-minded individuals, but like finding people who do what I do or want to be involved with what I'm doing, but they not artists themselves. So like I said, I come from a group of a lot of artists, so it's like, all right, you're a rapper, you're a rapper, you're a rapper. I need somebody to hold this camera. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I need somebody to engineer this music. Like I need, so that was kind of like a struggle for me. So I had to like separate myself, and then I really became a jack of all trades. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, yo, I'm gonna shoot my own music videos. I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna do that. Like I started the podcast because somebody told me, no, I wanted to be on their podcast. They said, oh, well, we're not really having artists right now. And then Don Q was on the podcast. And I'm like, okay. So basically saying my name wasn't big enough, and that's fine. But I said, I'm gonna start my own podcast for people like me and yourself. You know what I
Right.
mean? And now we get to sit here and talk our shit.
I love that.
You know what
Yo,
I'm
it's
saying?
dope too. And the vibes is right. It's organic. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
I think
fact.
when you do it in this style, you really get an opportunity to see what a person's really like.
That's a fact.
Because I do like to watch podcasts and stuff like that. And sometimes I get irritated because I feel like you don't get to know the person enough.
Right.
Like they're asking like the same mundane questions. And so it's like you're gonna get the same answer every single time, you know?
Yeah, that's a fact.
So it's good to just have like organic conversation so you can see how a person is and just when they're kicking it with their peoples, you know what
That's
I'm
a
saying?
fact. A lot of artists don't have personality either.
That too.
You know,
you
they kind of sit here. They they dead. It's a lot of dead space. But walk me through Rose. What was the process behind you creating the song
Rose Up.
Rose Up, pardon
Yeah,
me.
nah, I know what you was talking about though. Yeah, so Rose Up, produced by Parker Lewis, my man from Brooklyn. He's now out on the West Coast.
Fire.
And Leechy Lee and I mean, they collaborated on a track. He sent me some beats, and that one just spoke to me. It was at a time in my life where I was going through a terrible breakup. I was feeling depressed. I was feeling anxious. I had just moved back from Georgia to New York. So I was trying to gain my footing. You know how hard it is. Like living in New York, this is one of the most expensive cities in the world.
Yo,
So you try to come back from the South, which is slow, cheap, affordable, and just on the whim come back to New York and be like, yo, I'm trying to reestablish myself. And at that time, I had lost like the person well, I'm not saying lost, but I had stopped dealing with the person that I was in a group with for so many years, and we kind of parted ways, and it broke my heart. You know what I'm saying? And so I was going through a lot of heartache between a breakup with a friend and with a lover. And I kind of felt like people counted me out and like kind of left me for dead. Like they kind of just, I felt abandoned, you know what I'm saying? And so that song was my comeback. It was like, nah, like rise up, you know what I'm saying? Be like a zombie, come back from the dead and eat. You know what I'm saying? So that was me. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to stop going for my dreams because I feel down or because I feel depressed and I feel whatever way about being abandoned. Like I had to deal with these issues. I got therapy. Shout out to my therapist. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to my therapist. Yo, listen here. Okay, let's talk
Let's
about mental
normalize
health.
that,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
normal. I love mental health conversations.
Yep.
So similar situations. I moved back to New York from Texas because my mom's got sick with cancer. And then, I had to deal with her death and kind of just getting back into the swing of things. Like you said, coming from the South, coming back to the city, I came back with like absolutely nothing but my clothes. I left my crib behind. I left my car behind. I sold all my belongings. And now I'm back in the city. I'm back in the jungle. I got to figure this shit out again. This is before thank God this is before my son. So It's 2012. I built the studio in my aunt's apartment. She let me build my studio. Went to Home Depot. We got a bunch of wood. What did you call it? The styrofoam joint from Guitar Center.
Right.
And I was just going crazy, man. Like the actual day that my mom passed away, I went to the studio and recorded.
Wow.
I just when that you get a certain kind of fire in you when it's just like, man, I looked at that person in her eyes on her deathbed and I said, she was like, go back to Texas. And I'm like, nah. She said, what were you gonna do? I'm like, I'm a rap. I'm gonna keep doing me. She said, do it. And she was just like, yo, do it.
Yeah.
So I just had that sense of urgency, like, yo, all right, this happened. I gotta just keep going with this shit. You feel me?
You got to,
That's a
because
fact.
now you're carrying the torch for the person that's not there with you anymore. Just because they're not there with you in the physical, you now inherit a part of that person's spirit, right?
Absolutely.
And like now you carry it with you, and so you have to not just do it for you, but you got to do it for them too.
That's a
Because
fact.
they're counting on you. You're the body now.
That's
You're
a
the
fact.
physical manifester. That's what we have this shell for, so we can physically touch and do stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what the spirit is there for. It's a container, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, it's a container. It's containing our spirits,
That's a
So
fact.
it is up to us to keep pushing through our pain. And like, there's a reason why we're still here, because I'm sure with your story, you've been through other things and you probably could have been dead a million times.
Man, listen.
Right? But you're still here. So
That's a fact.
it's for a reason. So yeah, absolutely, you got to go harder than ever. Because also it reminds you how short life is, and how any
It
of
really
us
does.
could wake up sick one day and be like, damn, I didn't do enough. But it gives you some peace when you know that you did do enough and that you did everything you could to go for yours.
That's a fact, 100%. So what are some of your creative struggles? What would you say as an artist? What is something that you struggle with creatively?
Sometimes what I say would be a struggle is when I have to work on a record that I don't necessarily love the beat. Sometimes I get sent music from producers and it is for a certain brief. In sync licensing, they'll send you like, okay, we need a song that sounds like this for this movie, for the scene. It needs to be about this. And they'll like basically tell you what they need from you.
Yeah.
And as an artist, you are always torn between being true to yourself and listening to your soul. Like when you pick a beat, it got to talk to you.
I can't
You got to
do
get
whack
the
beats.
face.
Yeah.
Right? You got to be like, damn, you got to hear it. Like when it come on, you got to be like, this is mine. But I don't always feel that way when I'm working on
Right.
stuff for sync. Sometimes them beats be whack and I don't want to sing over it, but I have to make a song because that means I'm leaving money on the table if I don't.
Got it.
So that I feel is a struggle, but I still push through it and I make something wonderful out of it. So
You
I
just
can
told me
turn
something new. I
something
like
very regular into very dope. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, that's what's up.
the right song can make a terrible or an okay beat sound amazing.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? So I just believe that it pushes me to be a better artist. So the struggle makes something beautiful at the end, and I'm able to push myself and stretch myself in a way that maybe I wouldn't have if I was in my comfort zone.
I like that because I have a producer friend. He asked me to write for all types of artists, and a lot of times I be like, "Yo, that nigga whack," right? And you know, just if we being real, you know what I'm saying? It's like, "Yo, bro, that's nigga's whack," and he's like, "Yeah, but that's the artist. So I'm trying to highlight you." And it's what, but I'm like, "Yeah, I just don't feel the artist though." You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't. But you just told me something. You're right. You don't want to leave money on the table.
You feel me?
You absolutely
Because you
right.
got to treat it like a job too, right?
Yeah.
Because if it's your career and
yeah.
you're trying to make money from it, and you have to separate who you are as an artist for yourself versus who you are as a business person, and your business so happens to be writing music. That's all it is. It's just like if you had to go pick up garbage in the street. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it. If it's your job you chose, you might not love it, but you're going to get that money at the end of the day, right?
Absolutely.
So write that song. It might be the worst song to you, but it might be a hit and a smash on the top 40, and you're just getting residuals and getting them checks on a quarterly basis. Now it's worth it, you know? So just do it, push through it, get the money, get to the bag. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah, yeah.
If you weren't an artist, what do you think you would be in life? What would you be doing if you weren't an artist?
If I wasn't an artist, I probably would have been pursuing my career in sports. I came up playing basketball.
Play ball?
I went to college on a scholarship. Yeah, I was nice. I was always in the papers and stuff like that. And I played Division II. Yeah, and
That's what's up. I
could've
didn't
played
expect
D1.
that.
Yeah, I was what? Everybody thought I was going to the Liberty. And like for me, it came to a point where I was in college and I came to a crossroads where it was like, go on tour, fuck groupies, or get on the fucking cheese bus and go play ball. I was like, I'm going on tour. So
That's a nice little story. I like that.
Yo, on
That's a hell of
God,
a
yo.
story.
It was the
Damn.
crossroads. And I literally had to make a choice because I wasn't showing up for class the way I should have because I was out doing shows. I was in LA all the time at this time of my life.
Yeah.
Beautiful women showing up at my hotel. Like, I'm having the time of my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm around all these people, porn stars, and I'm on the beach with Brian Pumper. And like, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on. We ain't gonna just bypass that. On the beach with Brian Pumper is crazy.
I'm just saying.
Meeting him, right? Because we see him on, like, as an internet sensation.
Right.
What was that experience like?
He was great. He bought my music. He bought a CD. You know, I was out there on Venice Beach selling my music.
Fire.
And he bought it. And
Shout out
he
to
was
B.
great. He
Pumper.
got in the video. I got shit. You could probably go look on YouTube.
I'm gonna check you out. That's fire.
Yeah, when I was in KIN4LIFE. And so we did a lot of great things, you know what I'm saying, in our career. And like, I don't regret any of it.
You're not supposed to.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It just
you're not supposed
I followed the path that spoke to my heart. I started doing music and basketball at the same exact time. And
Dope.
it's just music just spoke to me a little bit more.
That's what's up.
But yeah, I would have been a baller. And I probably would have been coaching by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
That's what's
I
up.
like to teach. I like to work with, like, you know what I'm saying, people who want to learn. So, but I still do that in my career now because even with the photography and the videography, I teach people
That's
all the
what's up.
time. You know
Dope.
what I'm saying? Yeah, so I'm able to still do that. So I can kind of, you know, dip my toe in the teaching waters too and be like a mentor.
That's what's up. That's fire. Question: did you panic when TikTok got banned for a day?
You know, I didn't panic because TikTok is not really my space. Like,
Okay.
I feel like I thrive on Instagram.
Okay.
It has always been a home for me, and like that's where the majority of my fans and I interact. I get bookings from Instagram, so I'm able to get money. TikTok was cool. I had a couple viral videos that did some numbers, but I realized that they force you into a niche, and
Yeah.
I'm not a niche type of person. I'm a
Right.
Gemini, so I like to diversify my content.
Okay, that's what's up.
You
My
might
son
see
is
me
Gemini.
cooking, and you might see me rapping. You know what I'm saying? And I want to do that, and I don't want to feel stifled. I don't want to feel like I have to just rap every time. Like, they want you to be like a little monkey, get in a cage and dance. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't stop dancing.
Yeah.
And like, if you don't stop dancing, they ain't gonna show your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
So you think
it's
you
be
say
a
TikTok
burnout.
is more for dancing, not more so for music?
It's more so for doing the same thing over and over again.
Got you.
It's more so for finding your niche and doing that, whatever that is,
just that.
consistently, just that. Yeah.
You told me so because I couldn't crack the code for a while. I've been trying to figure it out. I'm like, yo,
You got to do, like, you got to
Like,
look
what's
at what's
going
your
on
most
here?
viewed video and be like, I got to do that 1,000,000 times.
That's for TikTok. What about Instagram? Put me on for
Instagram, you can do
Instagram.
whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Instagram is a place where you can basically, put pictures of your dog up, and then you can put a picture of you doing a show, and
Right.
get the same amount of views on each video, and you kind of get to tell more of your story and more of your life on Instagram. I feel like, and really connect with people. Like I'm always in the DMs and stuff. Like I don't even check my DMs on TikTok. I'd be like, oh, I hate TikTok. So good riddance.
Yeah.
It's not even the same TikTok. It's been taken over. It's only going to be available for like the next like 60 something days until somebody buys it. And they talking about the dude that owns Facebook. I think he just probably bought TikTok or something like that. I
For
heard. Yeah, that weird dude. Yeah, I think he bought TikTok. So it's going to be policed.
It's like
They're going to use it as a tracking means. And
yeah.
then because you got who in office, they're going to be trying to use it as a means to like, okay, you're doing terroristic ideas. Let's arrest you. Like the minute you don't say something that's in line with what they
bought,
say.
Man, that's like the country has been bought now. It's like
TikTok is about to be the ultimate snitch. So everything that y'all think y'all trying to put together a movement online, they're looking at you and you're going on a terrorist list. They got me on one. I dropped a song called Black in America during the times where Black Lives Matter was like a thing and not all corrupt. This is when it first started. And I got put on some kind of list. So now, like when I go to post content, especially on TikTok, they be like, "Oh, we're holding your content for review because we want to keep our viewers safe." Type shit. I can't leave no comments. Even on Instagram, if I leave certain comments, it could be nothing. It'll get flagged and taken down.
That's sick. I
So,
thought
yeah.
having a freedom of speech. Well,
You know what I'm saying? But I could see a video of a black man getting murdered on Instagram or TikTok, right? But if I say, please don't murder that black man, they'll take my post down.
Insanity.
So if I beg for people not to hurt black people, I get flagged. But if a person posts a video of a black person getting killed, it goes viral.
And what always just throws me off is like, I would post certain things like music videos, right, with women in a bikini, whatever, nothing crazy.
Right.
And I wouldn't get the views, and they'll tell me, "Oh, you got to change this and that." But I'm like, it's literally women on Instagram shaking ass all day. Mm-hmm. All day. That's all they do. That's their niche. Oh, shaking ass, showing ass,
twerking.
But it's like, bro, I'm just trying to promote my music, or motherfuckers toting pistols, and I'm like, damn, I'm just trying to promote some music. Are you telling me that like this is inappropriate? It's crazy. Right. So yeah, I've dealt with them struggles before.
They'll flag you.
I seen a post from you, and I reached out because I've been there before, and I want to get into this mental health question. You had some suicidal thoughts. Feel like talking about that?
Yeah, we could talk about that. It's important.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. So,
What's going on?
mental health issues are something that has run in my family for a long time. My grandmother, rest her soul, she was schizophrenic. I have members in my family that suffer with like bipolar and stuff like that. So I'm already predisposed to it, first of all, genetically. But I've suffered myself from depression and anxiety in my life. I have a lot of PTSD from growing up in domestic violence. And I just carry a lot of weight and pain in my life with me. You know what I'm saying? And luckily for me, I always had music or basketball. And so those things were outlets for me. But it comes to a point sometimes in your life where those things are not enough. And I felt like I've hit my rock bottom several times in life where I was just done. And I just could not find the motivation to continue on. I'm an empath. And so I feel things outside of myself that are sometimes totally unrelated to me. Like this whole thing with these planes crashing lately, that broke my heart. Yeah. And I carry that pain for those people. I don't know them.
Let me give you something, right, that I got from my therapist, because I'm an empath too. I had the same exact problem, and I really had to detach from Instagram for a nice period of time. She told me to observe, don't absorb.
That's
and
what I'm
once
learning.
I started to, when those words started to make sense to me, I'm like, she's absolutely right. Because like every couple weeks, a rapper was dying, and I'm just Young Dolph, and it was this person, that person. And I'm really hurting, like I know these people. And I'm like, I don't know these people. Right. These people don't know me. You have to live your life for you. You know what I mean? So just to give you a little bit of game on that.
Nah, that's absolutely correct. Like,
Observe,
that's exactly
don't
what I've
absorb.
been practicing, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what I've been trying to practice. And I have to remind myself, like, okay, feel my feelings for a second, but move through it and continue to get back into my universe. Because yes, we're in this shared space, right? Let me tell you what, when I talk about shared space, but real quick, getting back to the depression and anxiety. I went through therapy. Shout out to my therapist. We said that earlier.
For sure.
And it helped me a lot. It put some things in perspective, and I was able to get to the root of a lot of issues that I've had And so now I'm in a better space. I am not feeling those feelings anymore, and I refuse to go back to that place. So I want people to know that I am good. And I know that somebody out here who's watching this might be going through it too, and know that it's a temporary feeling and it's something that can't be done about it. You are worth it. You are valued. You are loved. And you have the power to change your own life. You know what I'm saying? Even when things are bleak and when you feel like you have nothing or no one, you have yourself. And God is inside you, so you have yourself and God.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
God
you are
is
not
very real.
alone. Seriously. And all the ancestors that walk with you, believe that they're right there with you. You got this. Like, if you're still here, it's for a reason. So just keep pushing through your pain. Please keep pushing through it and don't give up, because I'm so glad I did not give up.
That's a fact. Yeah, I've
You
been
know
there
what I'm
before.
saying?
I get there. When I lived in Texas, prior to that, it was 15 niggas deep at all times, right? And then, I find myself in a space where it's just me and nobody's calling me. Nobody's checking for me. And I thought to myself, damn, if I died right now, is this the feeling? You know what I'm saying? And it kind of brought me there, and I was just like, but it's also selfish too. You know what I'm saying? I thought about, my sister, how much that would affect this person. You know what I mean? My sister's like, we real close. Right. I'm like, I can't do that. That's selfish. And I don't think a lot of people take the time to actually say to themselves, yo, that's selfish. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not taking nothing from anyone. God bless anybody who went through a suicide and all that. But it's selfish. You kind of got to say to yourself, like, it's not worth it.
Yeah, that's a
the
fact.
day, you know
Because
what
the
I'm saying?
pain that you leave behind on the people who care about you,
Exactly.
it's just heavy. Like, I've had a couple friends that unfortunately passed away too soon, and suicide and stuff like that. And we all still carry that pain with us and think about these people, and you start to kind of blame yourself. You're like, damn, is there something I could have said or did,
Right.
to intervene with how this person was feeling? And so remember that too. Like, the people
That's a
around you
fact.
gonna have to carry some guilt, But
Yeah.
to each his own. But at the end of the day, we love y'all. Please don't hurt yourselves.
That's a fact.
It's so serious. It's so important. And like, you have people out here like us, just send us a DM and we'll be like, you know what? We love you.
For sure.
I talk to people in the
definitely. Hit
DM
me
all
up.
the time.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, strangers.
Yeah,
Definitely hit me up.
I be checking on folks, especially if I don't see them around. Like, where you at? What's up? You just got to make sure your people's is good and check on your people. Even the strongest people, check on them, because sometimes they get forgotten about.
Right. We got feelings too. Yo, this is the Internet is Fiction, episode 26. We're going to take a brief intermission. Be right back with y'all.
Of you, I gained myself. Regret the days that I stayed. I should have gone a long time ago, 'cause you were stuck in your way. Breathless in an open sea. No one, it was only me.
Yeah, we back, man. You know what I'm saying? But, okay. Question of the week for the audience. Now, with this question, I don't want to offend anyone. It's not meant to take offensive. It's just not what I'm trying to do here. I realize this is a general question. Now, if you smashing something one night, right, and you wake up in the morning, roll over and slide it in without permission, is that considered rape?
I don't think that's rape, because if you've already engaged, unless the person turns around and tells you no, it's not rape. They have to turn around and tell you no. Now, if they're unconscious and they're not waking up for some time and they're just knocked out for some reason, then perhaps you should revisit this later on. But if they wake up and they're into it, then it's sex. But if they wake up and turn around and tell you, what the hell are you doing? Get out of me. Then it's, stop. Like, no means no at the end of the day. But consent is consent. So at the end of the day, it just depends on, is that person reacting to you in a positive or negative fashion? You know what I'm saying? Because if you already had sex with a person, obviously you might want to continue that on into the next morning. And sometimes you're not always gonna be like, tap, tap, can we do it? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I
know somebody who went through this. So I just want to ask this.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's kind of
But
interesting.
if you start and the person's like, no, then no. You know what I mean?
Right. That's a fact. Well, there we have
They
it.
either got to be awake and feeling it and saying yes or not. You know what I mean?
Respect.
You feel me?
It's
But
all
not if
about
they're
respect
knocked
at the end
out
of the day.
and they're not even aware. Like, just get off. You're being weird.
That's a fact. Yeah.
They're not awake, then just get off.
That's a
Don't even
fact.
start like too much. You know what I mean? They're not getting up. They're not there.
What's something you would give to your younger self if you could? Like, what's a message you would tell your younger self?
My younger self?
Yeah.
Stay solo. No, I'm just joking.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. No, but for real, you're that girl. Like, you're that guy, you're him, you're her, you're all of it. You know, like, believe in yourself always, and just remember that you're one day gonna be a dope ass person, you know, because I was bullied a lot as a kid.
Yeah, let's
and
talk about that.
yeah, you know, just getting made fun of for everything and not fitting in. I'm obviously a multiracial person. I am a black woman, but I have white blood. I have Puerto Rican blood. You know what I'm saying? So I am a hodgepodge of things, and I didn't always fit into every circle. Some places I was too light skinned. I'm that white girl. You know what I'm saying? Some places
Right.
I was not Spanish enough. I didn't speak Spanish, so I wasn't fitting in with the Spanish kids. Or around certain white crowds, I was too black. So I was kind of always a loner. You know what I mean? Or I hung out with the special ed kids because they were mad, chilling, accepting, and didn't judge.
Hey,
so
I was in special ed, man. It's all good.
yeah,
Look how it turned out.
for
I'm feeling
real.
fine.
They wanted to
You know
put
what
me
I'm
in
saying?
special ed. I just fought the shit out of it, but they were definitely trying to put me in special ed too. I get it.
Let's.
You know?
I'm gonna kill a narrative too with that.
Right.
Special ed don't mean this is like you're uneducated.
Thank you. Exactly.
I generally just did not want to do the fucking work. Like
That
I would,
part.
and I see that in my son, so I try to have these conversations with him early. I'm a person, if I don't like, we just spoke about on the music. If I don't like something, it's just kind of like, yeah, I'm not feeling that shit.
Right.
But you have to, you got to kind of push through and do the work. I'm an adult now, so at 37, I don't really have that problem. But we talking about what 12, 13. It's like, hey, fuck this shit. I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah.
So he was like, all right, we know you're not getting the work done. You're not paying. And I had test anxiety. Like, I would know the work, but if I'm being timed, it was just like,
Pressure.
yeah.
And it makes you go blank.
Yeah.
Because that causes anxiety. People
Exactly.
think that kids don't suffer from the same emotions we do as an
Absolutely.
adult. It's just they can't express it the same way.
Right.
So you can't expect for a kid to look over and be like, you know what, I'm anxious. They sometimes don't even know what word to put on that
That's a fact.
feeling. You know what I'm saying? So just be a little bit more patient with the youth and be, a little bit more loving and pay attention to what it is that they need and protect them, because people forget. Your kids are absorbing all the information all the time. You think they're not listening to you talk? You think they're not seeing the news or the feeds on their phones? They're aware of the world's stress, their immediate stress in their environment, and they're harnessing all that. And they got to go to school to have somebody lying to them about history and Christopher Columbus all day and telling them when they could go to the bathroom and act like they in
shit's
jail.
crazy.
You feel me?
And
Like, school is so close to prison. It's
I was about to say
ridiculous.
that. I seen a meme like that, and
The bus.
once I kind of like broke it down,
Everything. Like, what the
I
hell?
said, damn.
Yeah, like
the way
a
it's
school
set up,
lunch.
they tell you when to eat. They tell you how you kind of come
And
maneuver.
then when you get out
through
of school, who's waiting for you? The police. Right?
You just fucked me up.
The police are outside the gate waiting
just
for you
fucked-
to come
yeah,
out.
I didn't think about it like you just.
That's
fucked
not
me up.
jail? Our kids are going to jail every day. Unless your kid goes to an academy where they're getting special care and they're like learning film at 13 and shooting movies with Frederick. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody gets that freaking opportunity. Our kids are going to school where the teachers are underpaid, they're tired, they're stressed because the kids are trying to stab each other with scissors in the classroom. You know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
we expect them to not be stressed. And then they're not eating well because we're giving them whack Arnolds all the time. So your kids are not eating
Facts.
good. They're not sleeping good. They're waking up dumb early to be on somebody's prison bus. And then we expect them to behave good. How?
This is
I
true.
hated school as a kid. I did not
Me
want to
too.
go.
Me, I hated school.
Because
I
innately
hated
I
school.
knew that it was not the place where I was going to learn anything.
Me
I
too.
learned the most on my own in the streets,
Likewise.
in the field. And then
Likewise.
doing my own research, listening to audiobooks, reading books, getting into subjects that I'm interested in.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
Same.
saying? I taught
We got a
myself.
lot in common on that. Same.
You feel me?
Yeah, I hated school.
Yeah, and if you don't learn the way they think you should learn, then they give up. They're like, just push them through.
Yeah.
Or just put them in special ed.
And then it was like when it was no more social promotion, I was fucked. I got left back like a bunch of times. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, yeah, it's no more social promotion. Yeah, your ass.
Right. So then what? Then you're just
then
in
it's
the
like, yo,
midst
you're
of,
going
you're not
from-
even with your peers.
Yeah, you watching your peers, they going up, and it's like, are you back here with the low
Right.
people? It was, school was tough.
Yeah, it's
But-
it's false. Like, kids should be able to not be graded for stuff, but they should learn how to fail, because failure teaches you how to win.
Absolutely.
You can't have one without the other. Until you make a mistake, you don't know what you have to fix, right? But we get punished for failing in our school systems here, where we should be like, you know what? Okay, let's revisit this and see how we can rework it, and maybe revisit I mean, look. John D. Rockefeller, that demon of a person, he's the one who created our school system. He said, quote unquote, I want a nation of workers. I want a nation of workers, not thinkers. He doesn't want you to think. That's why, like, now they're cutting the school lunch program and stuff. They're saying kids need to get a job. So you want a 5-year-old to get a job? What do you mean get a job?
You said they're cutting the school lunch?
They're cutting the school lunch programs, and they think that the children should work.
So instead of eating lunch, they should work?
That they should work for and be able to buy their own lunch, and that it shouldn't be on the government to pay for it.
So no more free school lunch is what you're saying?
This is what they're working on cutting.
Yeah.
Y'all president, y'all voted for your boy.
This is insane.
Y'all boy, and it's crazy because so many people that look like us voted for him, and that to me is beyond.
I didn't vote for anybody. I
didn't vote either. I ain't gonna lie. I tried, but I couldn't. They didn't let me.
I didn't like either one. Me personally,
that part.
I didn't like my choices, so I just and I never voted. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not.
Yeah.
I just really got into politics and really kind of absorb what's going on and started observing. The best advice I could give for anybody is invest in yourself, invest in your future, and protect yours. That's it.
Exactly.
Because they not playing fair. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's nasty out here.
That's a fact. Don't be at the mercy of anybody. Create your own opportunities. If you have a paintbrush and you know how to paint, go paint something.
That's a fact.
You feel me? And I mean that in a metaphorical and a real way. Like, for real. Like, don't think that you have to depend on the system to feed you and your family. There's always something that somebody needs. Figure out what they need and supply the need.
That's what's up.
Because we about to be taken over by these robots.
Yes.
Ain't nobody gonna have no jobs. And people are defined by their jobs. Especially in America, people put their whole self-worth on their job and what they do. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta start figuring out something other than what your job is and figure out what your passion and your purpose is and go for that.
Right.
'Cause that's gonna pay better anyway in the long run.
For sure.
Chase the big fish, not the small ones.
Nobody want to be clocking in all day, every day.
You feel me?
Doing what they want you to do. And
then they cut your social security. They don't want to give that to you, right? The SSI or whatever. They're trying to cut that. So you work your whole life thinking that you're going to have something. You don't, And so it's just you have to create your opportunities.
Yeah, it's going to become. You ever seen the movie Idiocracy? Mm-mm. Watch it when you get a chance.
Idiocracy, okay.
Yes, it's literally what sum up what today it looks like. And it's scary. And I watched this years ago.
What year was this?
The movie?
Yeah.
This came out. Damn, don't get me the.
Awesome. We gotta look it up.
Let's do the fact checks.
Yes.
Idiocracy. What year it just came out?
Idiocracy. Shout out to Nejma Nefertiti. She's in the building. Y'all don't see her on camera, but she's over here looking real beautiful. Beautiful. She's over there with her good.
This came out in 2006.
2006.
And then 2025, we are living this shit in real life.
We're in a time loop, yo. We're in some kind of weird time loop. Like, history definitely repeats itself.
Do you believe in parallel universe?
Absolutely. I believe in multi-universes. I feel like there is an infinite amount of things that can exist and variations of life that can exist at the same time. And it's all frequencies, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, like, until you can tap into these frequencies, you don't know these things exist. But that doesn't mean that they're not there.
I've seen an alien before. I'm serious.
You seen an alien in person?
For sure.
Oh, shit. I be seeing them in the sky, but never in person.
For sure. So I had this this is literally maybe a week after my mom passed, right? I'm laying in bed and I'm going through what I now know to be sleep paralysis, right? So I'm up, right? I wake up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, but I can't move. And as I'm laying on my side. I can't move. My body's slanted, but I'm wide awake. My eyes are open. I couldn't move my body. And then it was this thing just like this. And it's like I jump up, I kind of get out of it. I damn near slam my head on the door. My aunt is like, what's going on? I say, yo, if I told you, you wouldn't believe me.
Man.
And it's like now, I couldn't understand what it was at the time. But as years started to pass, and this shit keep flashing back, I know exactly what I saw.
You were in the astral world. You were in the astral plane where you tapped into a frequency in between your sleep state that you were able to see stuff that you don't normally see. Yeah. And that is totally possible. Because that has happened to me.
Thank God, dog ain't visit me again. Thank you, but I definitely saw what I saw.
Damn, yeah. I believe you.
Yeah,
I believe you. And it normally happens like that because we do travel when we're asleep, you know what I'm saying? And our spirits are able to cut. Because you ever lay in your bed and you feel like you fell on the ground? Like your body jumps and you feel
Yeah,
like
if I meditate
like
really
you
hard,
dropped.
my I was meditating last week. It just got too noisy for me. I threw my headphones on. I'm starting meditating, and my bonus son, he's looking because my soul jumped back in my body, and I did like a, and I'm like I'm fine. I'm like I'm fine. He's like I'm like I'm fine.
That's
I
crazy.
just meditated really hard. Like it was the most peaceful place. The lights were bright. It was just sunlight. I felt the rays of sun as I'm doing it.
Wow.
And it just when I came back into reality, I felt rejuvenated. It was beautiful.
That's beautiful, man. The
Yeah,
way
yeah,
you
for sure.
described that just now gave me such a warm, peaceful feeling that there is something better out there, you know?
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of it comes from us holding on to our innocence too. Like I have this belief that we are all just children trapped in adult bodies, and we carry a lot of our childhood pain with us and traumas, and we're all just kind of trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
sure.
And like this whole aging thing is just like some kind of part of like black magic, you know?
Yeah.
It's like they're aging us on purpose. I don't think we're ever supposed to age, you know?
I just kind of revisited a big part of my childhood. I was a very big action figure collector,
Wow.
and I found myself in these last month buying so many damn action figures for no reason.
Yeah.
And I've been so.
But doesn't it make you
And my
feel
girl
good?
was like, "Yo, watching you play with these toys and how fucking happy you are is crazy."
Right?
I said, "It is crazy."
Yeah, because we have triggers, right? But you
Yeah.
can have positive triggers too.
For sure.
Just like somebody could say something to you, or you could smell something and be like, damn, the nostalgia. Like, wow, that brought me back. You know what I'm saying?
sure.
And you have to feed your soul those things that remind you of the better times when you felt okay.
Yeah,
Right?
and that's exactly what I needed. Coming into 2025, I said I need to be reminded of the things that used to make me really happy, and that was one of them.
Yeah.
So
It's
and
key.
it's giving me something to do with my kid. I like to create diorama. You know
Okay.
what diorama is?
Is that like the
You actually making like
pieces that you put together?
buildings or just like it'd be like a miniature couch or
Oh, yes.
buildings. Like you're building
Yeah.
a building. Let's say you're building a building for Spider-Man. Like
Okay.
but it'll look like an actual building.
That's fire.
Yeah,
What is it made out of?
Pink foam, the installation foam.
Yo, wow.
I haven't started, but I'm one of those people. If I see something, I think I can do it. Which is it's just the creative.
What's your sign?
I'm a Libra.
Okay. Yeah, Libra's
like-
like
yeah.
you guys, y'all take chances.
I have to be creative. If I don't feel creative, and then it's like I'm bored as hell.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm watching this thing on YouTube. I'm like, damn, I can do this shit, right?
Hell yeah.
so I started with I said, all right, so what do I need? So okay, we started buying action figures. Then I got into stop motion. The action figures moving and
Yeah.
fight. I said, damn, I can do that too.
Yeah.
So then I kind of bought the program to start doing that. So it kind of just brought me there.
That's fire, yo.
I don't know
It's
how
good to
long this
try
phase is
different
gonna
things.
last, but
It might not even be a phase. It might lead you into a new career path for all you know.
that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? If you just let your spirit lead you sometimes and you just go with the flow and instead of against it, you'd be
Yeah.
surprised what you discover about yourself, you
That's
know?
a fact.
For real. So that's good. Take
Definitely
them
getting
chances
back
and try new
into
stuff.
the fashion too. Be on the lookout for new Delusional Genius clothing.
Okay.
That's the brand.
Delusional Dreams.
It was Introvert Universe for a long period of time, but I'm kind of moving forward with Delusional Genius because
Okay.
that's me.
Right.
It describes exactly who I am to the T,
You're delusional?
for sure.
You gotta
have
be.
to be.
You have to be.
You know
Yeah. You gotta
Yo,
be. That's what
Of
I'm
course,
saying.
are
You gotta
kidding?
be.
Of course I'm delusional. I
Yeah.
am. You can't
Because
tell
if
me
you're
nothing.
not, that's when you stop dreaming, and
For
that's when
sure.
you don't think that you can do certain things.
I think
you
I'm a
know what
millionaire
saying?
already.
Absolutely.
You have to. It's
You
like,
have
bro, you
to.
can't. It's like it's the ideas. Just off ideas alone,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm rich as hell.
Yeah.
And just rich off life. For me, I feel rich off life at this point. I think last year, the depression is gone. I'm no longer that person. I shed that skin, and I feel more alive than ever.
That's beautiful, man.
For sure.
Congrats, yo.
Thank you.
I'm happy for you because I know what it feels like to be in
Yeah.
both places. And so it's so fulfilling to see someone else being there as well. You know, and just stay in that energy. Just remind yourself,
Well,
like,
the
yo,
last
it
time we
always works
spoke
out. You know?
And the cookout. You
Yeah.
was telling me that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you.
We had a similar conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Every time we've seen each other, for the 2 times we've run into each other, it's been nothing but pleasant
Pardon me.
energy, you know, and good conversations always.
That's a fact.
Where's your coconut water?
Yeah, definitely need a little bit of that joint.
Get that
I
coconut
need a sponsorship with this.
water.
Once Upon a Coconut.
Okay.
Their shit tastes like you cracked open a fresh coconut and just start drinking it. I promise.
See, I got my copper bottle right here. I encourage people to drink out of copper and not
I've seen
aluminum.
that. Put me on.
So basically, I mean, anything that you have copper is going to increase your
finish.
circulation. And so when you're putting your water in that, you're almost like iodizing your water in a way and like making it electrified. So almost, I guess, alkalizing it. And just sending like a charge through your body. You know what I'm saying? And
I
you're
read
not
that.
intaking the aluminum because aluminum leads to memory loss, dementia, Alzheimer's, and all that type of stuff. So people that cook in aluminum cookware or use aluminum foil and stuff, you're actually messing up your brain. So let's go for copper. Stay away from aluminum.
I love to learn from people. You just put me on.
And in case somebody want to jump up to get beat down, you could smash them over the head with it.
So, you have anything else you want to leave the people with? Anything you
Yeah,
feel you wanna talk about? Yeah.
get into my music. Just type in KIN4LIFE on any place where you stream music and add me to your playlist. Get into my homegirl Nejma Nefertiti. We got music together. She
Dope.
got music on her own. She's crazy with it. I just run with a bunch of dope people. I want to shout out Chanasa Broxton, Don Brady, Home Run Hits, Slim Jenkins. Like, I have a circle of people. Mac, there's this girl named Mac May that I've been working with out of Austin, Texas.
Nice.
And we got an EP coming.
You ever been to Austin?
No, yeah, I
South by
performed out
Southwest?
South by Southwest.
too.
Yeah,
Fire.
$10 pizza slices, crazy. I'm like, $10 for a slice of pizza. I'm from New York. Where they do that at? Like, for a skinny
Yeah,
slice,
I
they was
didn't have a
OD in
pizza.
Austin. Yeah, I'm like, But yeah, I got a joint coming with her. I got some music coming with an artist named Blue out of the West Coast. She's dope. She runs with like Bootsy Collins and
Fire.
yeah, shout out to West Coast Stone, another one of my favorite producers. So yeah, I'm just working, you know what I'm saying?
what's up.
And you're gonna see more of my music in TV shows, movies, video games, and stuff like that. So just keep your ears to what I'm doing. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm gonna be.
If you had to
doing a
leave
whole
the
lot of
audience with
things.
one song that they absolutely should check out from Noah right now, what would it be?
My latest and greatest, In Your Ways. I just dropped it a few days ago, and it's
Fire.
one of the realest things I ever wrote. I'm a singer too, you know what I'm saying? So I've been dropping like a lot of R&B, like pop joints lately. So go get into it. It's a beautiful song. It's definitely from the heart. It's about basically losing yourself in a terrible relationship.
Yeah.
And not seeing the blessing that it was when that person walked out until you realize, I'm back to me now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And you could like really get back to the person that you were now that this person has released you out of their energy zone. So
And that's
check it out.
important.
In Your Ways, produced by Home Run Hits. Is crazy.
That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
Dope. Well, Mac Melly,
KIN4LIFE.
this is the end of That Is Fiction, episode 26. It's been a pleasure. Great conversation. Thank you. You have a real, you vibe, man. Positive energy.
Hey, I appreciate you. Give me another pound right now. Pound number 86.
It's all good. Yeah, it's good energy. You know what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate that.
For sure, man. Nah, thank you. You have a very nice spirit.
Thank you. My grandmother did good by me. Shout out to Granny.
Where do you get your patience from? That's I meant to ask that.
I would say from life experience, because I was not a patient person. I was very much piped up when I was younger, ready to fight, drinking Hennessy, running the streets, and bugging. So
That makes sense.
I
Yeah,
had to
you
learn
usually
how to
yeah.
stop chilling. I mean, stop bugging and start chilling. And it's just spiritual growth, like you said,
Yeah.
going inside and being more meditative, and even just in your everyday actions, positive affirmations, understanding that I am the creator of my world and that my words are important. Like, I don't curse in my music. So that's another thing. Yeah, my music is
That's
clean
what's up.
because I do believe in the power of words. But don't get me wrong, I got a song coming out, and like I think this week that I said bitch a couple times, but it's okay.
Hey, man,
but
listen.
generally, I don't curse in my music.
That's what's
but
up.
yeah, I just try to be
I'ma
very
work on that.
mindful. You know what I'm
I
saying?
need to start working on that.
Yeah, because I want everybody to be able to enjoy it, and I don't want people to cringe. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff is just like, after you hear it so much, you're just like, all right, and then you just
Shake
want to
that
go
ass,
swipe.
bitch. No, I'm sorry.
But sometimes a good fuck and a good bitch is great. Like, sometimes it
Yeah.
just calls for it. But
So what's your
it's not
thoughts on Sexy
necessary.
Red?
My
Speaking
thoughts
that.
on Sexy Red. I think she is the manual of what not to do. like, don't raise your daughter that way, straight up. I think she's beautiful. But I also just think that she was just a girl that got thrown into the mix of the industry and was another puppet for them to control. Like, they are, a lot of these female artists out here now are just all about sexifying themselves, and that ain't nothing new.
Right.
But they're letting themselves get kind of smut it out for the
Yeah.
sake of money. I hope it's worth it. I know it changed her life. You know, she's getting money. God bless her.
Yeah.
But she's definitely not a good example of what women need to be doing for themselves. But hey, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? I don't. If I saw Sexy Red, I show her love. I like her music.
For
It's
sure, for
fun.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not hating on it. She got some bops. I just don't necessarily agree with the amount of like sexual stuff. You know what I mean? I think we could tone it down a little bit, but why? You know, whatever. Do you?
Right.
The way I feel. I'm a
right.
Gemini. I feel both ways. It's like
I get
not
it.
good, but go ahead. you
That's
know?
what's up.
Do
But
your
yeah,
thing.
It was a pleasure. You know what I mean?
Likewise, man. I appreciate you, and I'll come back anytime.
For sure. We definitely are.
We're gonna have to hit the streets this summer.
Yeah, we got. You know, you sound like you very resourceful. So I'm, you know, off camera we talk about some stuff.
You already know.
Yeah. But yo, we out of here, man. Fuck y'all.
Fuck yeah.
I'm playing. I love y'all.
We love y'all.
Yeah, we love
We love y'all. Fuck you.